Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? How you doing, Annette?
I am so wonderful. And you?
I am doing great, thanks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Can We Talk? We are the movement. We're a motivational organization geared to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a movement to move. Yes, we are. Roll your neck, Annette. You better roll right there. We are a movement to move. We want to help you thrust into your purpose so that you can start living the best version of yourself and win. We've tapped into some winners resources with winners information. We're seated at the winners table and we invite you to take a seat right along with us, right, Annette?
That is so true. And I'm so excited. Every week as Anita up, invite you to come sit with us because there is room at the table.
There is room at the table. And as we say so often, we are not psychologists. We are lifeologists. We've lived, we've experienced some things, and we invite you to just come and have a conversation with us about the things that we've lived and experienced. And before we go any further, though, we want to take this moment and ask all of you, each and every one of you, before you do anything else, right now, at the bottom of your video, please click the thumbs up and like this video. Whatever you're watching on, if it's Facebook group, or YouTube, please hit the thumbs up and like the video. The second thing we're going to ask you to do is to take a minute and share. Share this video with somebody, your friends, your family members, whomever. Just share it with somebody and let them know that we are on, we are having a great conversation, and we invite them to have this conversation with us. The other thing that I want you guys to do, if you moved upon your heart to do so, please make a donation. You can donate via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide. That's $Movement Worldwide. Or you can go to our website at movementworldwide.org and you can become a patron. So we invite you to do all of those wonderful things. But right now, just click like and share and share it with somebody. So just say hello. Let us know you're in the room. We see a few of you have logged on. Hello, 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 family. Hello, good people. Thank you all so much for joining us. You could have gone anywhere else, but you chose to stop by here and have a conversation with your co-hosts,
Yes.
Anita Faye Wilson and Annette L. Anderson with the movement. And boy, do we have a great topic lined up for you tonight. Oh, yes. We have our time topics all lined up for you. So we're ready to dive into our discussion. You ready, Annette?
Yes, I'm ready, Anita.
I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm ready. As you know, our topic tonight is it a promotion or a demotion? Makes you think. When I was in elementary school, I know my mom used to get so tired of me because I had my mama running so much. I think back to some of the times that she was picking me up from like a horde of different activities I was involved in. I was in a lot of extracurricular activities all the way from elementary school, all the way to middle school and high school. By the time I was in high school, it was like, you get there the best way you can. But when I was younger, of course, she had to take me. But one of my favorite activities in elementary school was being a patrol officer. All we did was stood on the corner, and when kids came across the street, we pressed the button, and when the lights flashed, we hold out our little flags, and the kids would cross the street. Now, of course, in this day and age, you wouldn't put kids on a corner, because I remember there were days I was on a corner by myself. Kind of far from the school. And there were no adults out supervising us, and it was a different time. But I enjoyed being a patrol. I had my little belt. You know, they had the little yellow belt that they put on the patrol, and I had my badges because I had been a patrol officer for so long, and I wanted to be the captain. My dad was a deputy sheriff, and so of course I looked at my position as if I was a deputy too. So I can remember wanting to be captain so bad, and after a few years, I got a little older, and I'd been faithful. I'd never missed, and I finally made it. I was like, oh my God, I was promoted to captain. And the young man who had been holding the captain position got into a little trouble. Therefore, he was demoted. I was promoted. He was demoted. Now, all of us know that promotion, is always a nice feeling, but demotion, it carries a little level of shame. So, and there's a saying that I don't know if I know you've heard this before, Annette, because it's a saying in the world of preachers that it's better to be asked up than to be asked down.
Oh man, how many times have I heard that?
Okay, so in seasons of life, we have moments in our lives where we have elevation. And we also have those times that knock us back a little. I know you've probably heard this term, and that he or she needs to be taken down a notch.
Yes. Yes.
Usually speaking about somebody who is a little puffed up. When we get a little, we get a little proud sometimes. We get a little puffed up, and we start thinking it's about us. We self-made. I did this. Me, I. Well, the Bible says in Romans 12:3-4, I say to every man that is among you, through the grace given unto me, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God had dealt to every man the measure of faith. But you know what? There's another version, another translation that I love. When I read this translation, I was like, I have to read this. And this one is from the Message Bible. And it says, I'm speaking to you out of deep gratitude for all that God has given me, and especially as I have responsibilities in relation to you. Living then, as every one of you does in pure grace, it is important. Somebody say important. It is important that you not misinterpret yourselves as people who are bringing this goodness to God. Oh, ouch. No, God brings it all to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's the thing, and it says the only accurate way to understand ourselves is by what God is and by what he does for us, not by what we are and what we do for him. That right there, that got me. And I was like, a lot of times we get that way. And we see so much of that in society today. And trust me, we're going to bring some things before you with the, promotion and demotion status. There are some things that, it's like sometimes we promote people for the wrong stuff. We pat them on the back for the wrong stuff.
True.
And then we demote the people who are trying to do good. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Crazy how that happens. We'll pat the guy on the back is doing his girlfriend wrong or wife wrong. But if a woman does something out of pain or anger, then all of it, she gets under the rug.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I know, I've seen it so much. Oh man, it's ridiculous. We almost we don't even pay attention to what the guy may have done.
What the guy has done.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So, and it's very important that we understand too that who's in charge of promoting and demoting. Of course, we know that we are not. We have no heaven or hell to put people in, and we might have our thoughts and opinions, and we're entitled to that. But and that's all they are. They're thoughts and opinions. So we just have to be careful not to put ourselves on a pedestal and to push somebody else down. But fair is fair. I mean, the Bible says in Psalm 75:6, but God is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. He promotes, he demotes. But at the end of the day, we do a whole lot of demoting of people who need to be, promoting of people who should be demoted, and demote people who should be promoted. And so, but we're entitled to our opinion. We are. You're entitled. You're entitled in that. I'm entitled. You're entitled, right?
Yeah. Even though our opinion is the real deal, but no.
Hey, when you come here for Family Talk, you're getting the real deal opinion. All right. So we don't want anybody to be offended. We can be out church on Sunday, but on Sunday we talk about current events and the things that are happening in the world. We have to have a conversation about it. You know what the deal is, though, isn't it? Oftentimes, as because of course we're church people, so we can speak from a church person's perspective. It's such a thing about the church people, church folk, I'll put it that way, church folk, that we think that we can't have an honest conversation. Every conversation has to be spiritual and holobashanda.
True.
But oftentimes there are things that we need to discuss that we don't have a conversation about things that we need to. And so much gets swept under the rug, and people are hurting and dying every day from some of this stuff, and nobody wants to talk about it. Oh, but you ain't supposed to be gossiping. It's not gossip. It's a conversation. Yeah. We need to have a conversation about some of this foolishness that has gone on right under our noses for years.
Yeah.
Why, just because it's a man or woman of God, why should their infidelities be left untalked about?
That's right.
Not to say that you got to go around and gossip behind the man's back, but the church needs to have a conversation. Why does this keep happening?
Yeah. That's right. I think with the church, a lot of times when we go into the spiritual mode, because that's learned behavior.
You are so
And
right.
yeah, we learn that. We don't learn no other way to deal with it. We just take it, take it to the cross.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying, hey, this is real life, it's not minimizing the anointing on that person's life, but that person has some errors and some things that they need to really put in check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So true. Let me tell y'all, we got some stuff to talk about tonight because there's a whole
Yes.
lot of stuff that goes left unpromoted and demoted, and we're gonna do our own little jobs tonight. So we're gonna have a conversation. Y'all can join in. Don't be afraid. Leave the comments. Have a little talk. We're gonna do this tonight. So hey, can we talk, Annette?
Girl, yes.
Can we talk, y'all? Can we talk Facebook? Can we talk YouTube? And remember, you can get your mug. All you have to do is email us at info@movementworldwide.org. And Yolanda, your mug is coming. It is on the way. So we're going to have our tea time topics in just a sec. But before we do, we're going to pause for just about a minute or two. We're going to have a word from the heart of the quoteologist. We're going to have an Annettism, and then our commercial break. And then after that, we're going to get deep into our conversation.
Yes.
Some things to handle tonight. So we're going to take a moment, but you all just sit back and relax and enjoy the Annettism, and then our commercial breaks. We'll be right back.
In this life, there will be issues. Some may cause us to use many tissues. Yet we cannot allow pain to confuse, misuse, abuse, excuse, or become unglued. God has left us with some good news, and we must choose to live by His words and pursue. You see, God has placed inside of us His virtues. Be assured that He got you. Now get ready for your breakthrough. This is Annettism's Expressions.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. live, where you can soar. That's speak it, orated, articulated, and reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.
All right. We are back and we are ready for our tea time topics. Let me tell you something, people. And our topic tonight, for those of you just joining us, is it a promotion or a demotion? And, there's a whole lot to talk about in that, because none of us like to be asked down. Nobody likes to be taken down. But, sometimes people just need to be taken down a notch. And I don't know about you in there, but I've been there. I've been I have been taken down a notch.
Oh, I have too.
So listen, it's not all the time that you're going to get this nice little, you're not going to always get that. You're not going to always get that. Sometimes you're going to get this. You're going to get a big old fat one of them. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, you get that womp, 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 womp. So tonight we have a lot of stuff to talk about, but Annette is the queen of quotes and acronyms. But there is something to say about this, and I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it hard first, Nat.
Hit it. Go ahead and hit it.
I'm going to hit it hard first. So there's a lot to be said about this right here, y'all.
Yes.
Now, what is your acronym, Annette?
For Trump?
Yes.
The reason you must pray.
The reason you must pray. I like that one. Now listen, but when I saw this, I actually put a picture of the golden calf next to it. And, of course, all of us know the story of the golden calf in the Bible, the idol. For the life of me, I could not wrap my mind around what in the world would go through the mind of a person who would even want to create such menagerie.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing, and don't get me wrong, here's the thing, for although it's been said by some that when we think about the Republican Party, and I'm not here to bash nobody, you can be whoever you be. I'm a part of the Jesus Party, but on my voter's registration is as a Democrat. I'm not going to denounce that. I'm a registered Democrat voter. However, when I look at the reason that people that I know have constantly tried to persuade me to change my party affiliation, it's always been because they've always come off to me extremely spiritual. Have you experienced that, Annette?
Yeah.
And it's always like, the Bible and the morals and the values, the Christian values. And the one thing that they talk about the most is abortion. But they don't talk about, a lot of the other stuff. It's always about abortion and
Jerusalem.
And Jerusalem.
Because he went to he did this in Jerusalem. Oh gosh, get over it.
But but are we supposed to do this right here? Is this something that we're supposed to do, Annette?
No, and it's horrible the way they did it. Absolutely. If nobody didn't tell me that was him, it took me a minute. I said, "That's him."
Now, okay, I want to change the picture right now. So when I look, so here's a close up. First of all, I don't know. It looks a little weird, but this is the person who created it. Now, here's a close-up of the face, but now I know each part of it had a definition, and then I know you were dealing with you were talking to me the other day about what Tommy Zegan said that certain parts of this statue represented, and what was that?
Okay, the coat and the tie represented professionalism of business. He's a businessman. The red tie symbolized he's a Republican. And the shorts and sandals, it really symbolizes he's of age and he should be retired. But the one, he didn't say what that was about. And I don't quite get the one. Are they saying he's a king? I'm not quite sure.
I don't know, but don't witches carry wands? I don't get it. For me, 100%, this is definitely a demotion.
Demotion.
Because number one, there were people taking pictures bowing and all kinds of things. And it just reminded me so much. To me, it just symbolizes idolatry.
Exactly.
It's nothing like the monuments and things that are built in Washington, D.C., all the political monuments, they're built out of stone, they're carved in stone, but they're not made out of gold. So when you create something that's a statue of somebody and it's made out of gold, and people are posing and taking pictures with it, it's just, to me, extremely representative of the golden calf. And somebody said witchcraft, magic. And basically that's what the wand is. Are you saying that's what the wand represents? Are you saying that it represents witchcraft and magic? Because that's the only thing. Only people were magicians and witches. I mean, I'm asking the user. I can't see the names because we're using StreamYard. So if you're putting your information in through Facebook group or and even sometimes Facebook page, the page sometimes come through. I can't see the name of the person who's leaving the comment, but so just let us know who you are. But yeah, that she's saying, whoever they're saying yes, that's what they're saying that it represents, witchcraft and magic. And that's all I knew of it. So for me, it's a definite demotion. That's not something that I want to promote or something that I want to even encourage or acknowledge as good. I mean,
I think you're right. And also it coincided with him losing. He was demoted. So they, so this goes with him. He was demoted and the statue.
He wasn't promoted, but he was
demoted.
He was demoted.
All that I won. Well, if you had won, you would have been in the White House. You did not win. And that you perpetuate a lie, and just because you say it over and over, same thing you said, some other things. But anyway, moving on. Womp. Yep.
Womp, 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 hands down.
Yeah.
So that one was a trip. So I just couldn't get with it.
It threw me for a loop, though, Anita. It really did. It took me a minute, and the backlash that was on Twitter was like crazy.
Now that's a strange one that I want to bring to the forefront today, and it's not necessarily a promotion or demotion. I do promote the fella on this picture because unfortunately, it's Tanya. That was Tanya on Facebook. Okay, Tanya, we got. Unfortunately, these poor animals are forced to do things that are just so inhumane. Just because we have dominion over them doesn't mean that we have to do some of the things that we do to animals. It's just ridiculous to me that, people would take roosters and put blades around their feet and force them to fight until one is at the bloody end. It reminds me of the back in the day. What did they call the men, the slaves that fought like that? I forgot what they called them. But it was a game, and one had to kill the other. And it to me, that reminds me of that. Just because you have power over something, over someone, you would do this. So the thing about this chicken, though, wasn't this rooster. I just pulled it because it has a picture and it has the blade around the foot. But the thing about the rooster is that in India, there was a guy who was, a chicken fighter. He did that as a sport. Of course, they do it. People gamble and they bet on it and everything. And so at the end of the fight, he went to pick up the rooster to handle him. And the rooster got wild and started bucking, and the blade cut the man in the groin, and he bled out and died. Exactly. And when I think about it, it's like, what a way to die at the hands of an animal that you are forcing in the ring to fight for his life. And, and in being, in some, in most cases, in all cases, one of them are going to die. It's either him or the other one's going to die or near death, if not completely dead. But for you to die at the hands of the very animal that you have trained to fight for blood, and you tie blades around his feet and you put him in a ring and force him to fight for his life. Just imagine the fear and the anxiety and the anguish that those animals feel. And then you pick this animal up, he slices you in the groin, and you bleed out and die on spot. That is something else. I just thought that, to me, I mean, of course, that's not a joking matter. I feel my heart goes out to the young man whose family, my heart goes out because everybody's got a family. So my heart goes out to his family. But I think that that's a lesson from the rooster. Don't be putting blades around my ankles and pushing me up to fight.
Yeah. Wow.
That was just an incredible story. I just wanted to share that.
What a way to leave here.
Okay. So in my book, in my book, the rooster is a hero. The rooster is a hero.
He did. Well, you know what? He did what he was trained to do.
Girl, what did he do?
He was fighting. That's what he was trained to do.
He did.
And to kill. I mean, I'm sure he didn't mean to do it, of course, but that's what his training was. So
exactly. So, all righty, we heading on down. We're moving on up, heading on. Oh no, it should be ease on down the road. We're on down the road of our tea time topics here, and I know a lot of you have been going out. Well, of course, I don't fit the age bracket. But a lot of you have been going out and getting the COVID vaccine. And now we even have the new ones out. You want to take this, Annette?
You mean about FEMA?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's so interesting about it? I am here, y'all. Trust me. What's so interesting about it? The military had deployed hundreds of people, military personnel to help FEMA distribute the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And so what's so interesting about that is how fast we're moving. This is what happens when you get somebody in a position that they're supposed to be in. So, whether you like him or you don't like him, he's in the right position to get everything organized and get things moving. Doggone well. You'd be lucky if 2 people that got a shot, let's know thousands. And so, but they've organized, and got things moving. I mean, even in Benel, they did at the gym. They had it. Because some of those people are indigent. A lot of them can't move around. They were able to go even there, and I was just so in awe how fast this thing is moving. Mm-hmm. And so so the frontline workers, we need to applaud them. They are heroes and our sheroes. Mm-hmm. Often people in frontline, and I'm not just talking about just doctors, but all people in frontline. Even I'm not a hero, but even on my job, when people lose their job, they're coming to us, and they're coming for help. So it trickles down. You have the doctors and nurses. It trickles down. You got this and that, and then it go on down, and people getting the help they need. And so I think, not all heroes wear capes. And even some of the ones who wear capes, they're not really heroes a lot of times. Most of the ones I see, they're fictional anyway. But the real heroes are the ones who are. The real heroes are the ones that's on the front line, the ones when we're asleep. Some of those doctors and nurses be working around the clock, and some of them can barely sleep, And so I don't think a lot of times they got the due that they were, got the justice, the due they were entitled to. But now I'm seeing some changes. Even some of the states are doing something, but that's fine, because whether the state open up, even in Florida, if he opened up everything 100%, that don't mean you got to do it.
Exactly.
Those are choices. But anyway, I want to talk about the heroes and the sheroes. And so we need to even thank a doctor or a nurse, or even somebody in your house, say, I appreciate what you've done. Because even though you can't see it, it's happening. Even when you plant a seed, even though you can't see it, don't mean it's not germinating, and don't mean it's not preparing to come out of the ground. So sometimes things are going on that you don't see. And and so that's our sheroes and heroes for tonight, the ones that don't wear the capes.
But what doing there also, and when we think about it, there are, I know myself, I sometimes, I have my isms and schisms as it relates to, what has happened and what's going on in our country, and just in general, just the things that we have had to deal with, but nobody has had to deal with it like the frontline workers. I mean, at the scariest of scariest moments in this whole year, they had to go to work every day. Yeah. And there are some of them that did lose their lives because, not everybody made it home.
That's right.
Isn't that something?
And if you think about it, need to think about the ones who's out there on the front line working. And then you're hearing the leaders of our country saying, oh, fake news is not fake. I mean, it's fake. If you do get it, you're not going to die. And last thing I heard, if you do this, and that's the doctors and the nurses just trying to make money. And I'm like, these people dying for real. whole families, so those people, they're my heroes and my sheroes. They really
Not
are.
all heroes and sheroes wear capes.
Nope.
Not all of them wear capes. Some of them wear scrubs and lab coats and stethoscopes around their necks, but they're still going to work. Some of them are, even the EMT workers, even the, when we think about in every situation, even when we have to go to the grocery store, even when we have to go to the gas station, even when we would go and get that food from the takeout. I know I've been guilty of it, going and getting that food brought out to the car and put in the trunk. Or even when I would go to Target and Walmart and buy my stuff and sit in the car and have them to put it in the car. And that's, and that's the thing. But a lot of people don't even think along those lines. So we don't. Shout out to all of the heroes and sheroes that have been working all the way through. I mean, consistently without fail. So that's
and think about, I'm gonna give one more shout out to the people who are on their way to Texas, and some are already there with all the the linemen, the one that comes and put the lines up, and the ones that had to go in and fix pipes, and because of what have happened there. So all those people, we're sitting back in the comfort of our home, and it's easy to point fingers and say they woulda, coulda, shoulda, but there's somebody that really is. So definitely shout out to all of them.
I mean, there's just so much going on, though, Annette, when we think about it, and just, in terms of some of the stuff that we're talking about tonight. And then, and we alluded to this a little earlier about how the church doesn't like to have the real conversations. And I'm not going to go deep into it tonight, but I'm just going to touch on the surface of this argument that took place this week between these two gentlemen. I was seriously kind of moved by how I guess my biggest thing was when you are having an ought against your brother, or when you and your brother, sister, or friend, or whomever are having a disagreement. I guess my biggest thing is, like your mom used to say, not in front of the children, not in front of the world. I know you probably don't know a lot about it, but what do you think about that? About when preachers are having are sharing or airing out their differences in a public situation?
One of the things, Anita, is this will happen when for years you've held stuff back. You didn't do what you need to do. You didn't have that conversation. And now it's like people just letting it go, just letting it rip. It could be a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. But I think we've gotten to the point, like these conversations we say we should have, they probably should have been having them. But now they're taking, some of this stuff could have been aired out a long time ago. So, and if you think about it, we don't know if they did not try to work it out. Sometimes, some people don't want to hear you or don't disagree with you. And some people, and I've seen it more and more. Oh my God, the church folks, oh gosh, they've been going to social media, and some of them have just completely lost their mind. That is why we need to have conversations now and not later, and then get to the point of no return. And you get there, and once it's out there, it's out there, and there's no turning back.
And see, this is all about the election, because of course I was raised Kojic, but I never got into the politics of it. I learned about it as I got older, and that's the young man in the red shirt is Bishop Charles Blake. He's actually the one that's stepping down from being the bishop of the Church of God in Christ, and then that's Bishop Thuston on the other side. And the thing is, they both were speaking along terms of the election that takes place in Kojic. And in lieu of, COVID, of course, nobody's been having conventions, which is usually when they would have it. So apparently Bishop Blake spoke on the matter and did somewhat of an open rebuke based on conversations. And it just it went back and forth a little. And it's like all of this, I think it's funny to think of a bishop, at that age, probably a little technologically unsound. Somebody had to help him go live on Facebook or YouTube or wherever he did it. But when going live and having a live conversation, I guess that's the largest audience that you're going to reach. And I get it, but boy, it's amazing how, I think they should have talked in person. Yeah. As opposed to having an out front argument. But I guess too, I'm trying not to go deep there with it, but I guess too, like if you tell somebody something and they just do the opposite anyway, then sometimes you might have to be knocked down a little bit.
Sometimes you may have to go viral on them.
What you say that?
You just may have to go viral on them. Think about it. I'm gonna say this and we're gonna move on. Think about it though. They've had such a shakeup. Their top tier is like almost wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they got to figure out, how where do we go from here?
Exactly.
And so I think that's a difficult part because one may want to go another way and one want to go this way. And so I think that's their struggle. And maybe they did come together and couldn't have a meeting of the mind. I don't know. And they took to going viral. And
but I give Bishop Blake, I give him this for going viral.
Because we don't know. Do you not know that organization have been ripped up because they have a hierarchy, and then you lost. I mean, in the top tier, boom, 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 boom.
Well, they lost 12 bishops.
Yeah,
right? So something like that.
So think about it, Nita. It's got to be a struggle. I can't say right, I can't say wrong because I don't know where they are. Because you think this organization been together for years and years and years, and all of a sudden, you don't have that top tier. All of a sudden, you got to figure out, where do I take my people from here? And he's stepping down anyway. So, that I think it could go either way. This is my opinion. I don't know what people talk about, but.
We're just going to give Bishop Blake his promotion for actually knowing how to go live and going viral on somebody who needed to probably just be quiet and let leadership do what they do. And we're gonna give him that, and then we're just gonna give Thurston. Thurston probably would get. I don't know. I might give him. Maybe I'll give him a middle. I'll just give him.
And eventually, we'll hear some more about it. It's gonna work itself out.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But anyway, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's a third vaccine approved. We got adults in the White House. There's a lot going on. That's listen. It's a way up promotion from last year. 2021 so far promoted. Promotion. I believe that we're headed in a very good direction. Now, it doesn't mean that there's some other stuff coming down the road because there's a whole lot of mess that has to be unturned, like the investigations that are going on right now. And one of the hardest things for me to do, Annette, is to sit and watch this stuff and see the hypocrisy.
Oh my gosh. Boy, but they got to listen here. They got to stand before a judge. And I ain't talking about the judge that's breathing on this earth. They got to stand before them. Because I'm thinking to myself, stop telling me I didn't see what I saw.
Oh, no, that's right.
You don't speak. You're not speaking for me. Stop it. We saw what happened. Stop saying that was an Antifa. It was not. It was Trump people. Stop. That's stupid.
And they try to say that there were people dressed up like Trump people, pretending to be Trump people, but we're Antifa. I'm like, really? Y'all reaching that far?
It makes no
sense. The hypocrisy.
It makes no sense because somebody put on Facebook, why would Antifa, who wanted the president we have now, come to the White House to try to help the president that we didn't want win?
Come on.
It
makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's
annoying. It's a hypocrisy. You'll be like, really? Y'all was under the desk too, trembling.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rick Scott talking about he wasn't scared. You was a bald head lie. Yes, you was. You was scared. You was scared just like the rest of the people. Because I was scared and I was home.
I know. That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Lord, what's gonna happen?
I was watching like,
oh my God, yeah.
I'm like, they're gonna get somebody.
Yes.
And I was actually watching real time when the young lady that was killed. I was watching real time when they brought her out of the Capitol.
Yes.
And I heard the newscaster say, wait a minute. There was someone on a stretcher bleeding that just walked right by you. There was someone on a stretcher. Who was that? And I'm like, oh my God, they just took somebody. Somebody actually got shot. So it's like, it's crazy. So you really think that people want to dress up, go and break windows, beat a cop to death, trample over a woman, and all of this stuff, climb through windows and
walls. I call him Spider-Man.
Defecate in the Capitol, climbing up the walls just so they could pretend to be Trump supporters to make it look bad. They killed people. Yep. That doesn't make sense. It lacks logic. It's foolishness.
And they've arrested over 200 some odd people, and every one of them was Trump people.
And every one of them said that they felt like he told them to do it.
That's right. And he was gonna pardon them. That man not gonna pardon. I one girl, I just wish I could have just slapped her. Mm-hmm. You going to jail. Stop. I turn the TV off. It get on my nerves because really, come on, y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the next person. I'm gonna go to this person because I want to watch you drag him across the coals a little bit. Because sometimes you have to learn to walk in your calling. I want everybody out there to know this, and I want y'all, if y'all watching, type in, please walk in your calling, stay in your calling, stay in your lane, however you want to put it in. Stay in your lane, walk in your calling, stay in your lane, walk in your calling. There are some people who are meant to do certain things, and some people who are just not. Everybody is not a comedian. Oh. Everybody's not a comedian, Ted Cruz. And why would you make jokes about the fact that you left your people and went to Cancun? Is that funny?
No. You know what, too, when I saw it, I really was surprised, especially after he was handing out that one bottle of water. That one little bottle of water to get a little photo op. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, all right. You trying to, be vindicated. And then he comes say something stupid, and then they laugh. But it was very interesting. I said, you here being a jokester, but the president and some other Republicans and Democrats went to Texas, to your hometown, to try to help your people. Mm-hmm. And you at CPAC with that ugly gold statue talking stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was so surprised at him. And he's a smart, he well learned, but it's stupid because he's never going to be president. Mm-mm. He could forget that. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking, like, come on, sir, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't have told a joke, but it wouldn't have been that one. I may would have told a joke maybe about myself. I never say, you know what, y'all, I made a dumb move. I went to Cancun. Mm-hmm. And my,
own it. Something. Own what you did.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not a comedian. He is a joke, but he's not a jokester.
Oh, preacher.
He's a joke,
And then I'll have to give you a promotion for that.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you for the promotion.
She said he's not a comedian. He's a joke. Somebody laughing at that one bottle of water.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's another one. And that's getting the promotions tonight.
Yeah, he was a joke but you know what would bother me? I mean, I was almost moved to tears. So I'm like, people died though.
People died. Exactly.
For real. It was some kids died, and and you up there telling a joke in front of some people who are joke, still running around talking about they won. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? You may have won, but you won that little place in Florida. What is it? Mar-a-Lago? That's your winning right there.
Mar-a-Lago.
Or whatever. Because you didn't win the White House. And stop saying that. And stop.
Exactly.
His whole administration was keep repeating it, keep repeating it, keep repeating it. And then you'll see his people start repeating it and repeating. Mm-hmm. It's a fake. But it's not fake. It's just, but anyway, Ted Cruz, what is it? What is that? The little hat you put on him, that's perfect.
The court jester.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Orlando is not as nice as Cancun.
And they laughing. I'm thinking, it's not funny. It's not funny. And then they laughing without their mask on.
Exactly. and some of them are going to leave there with COVID.
Yeah.
For sure. Those are super spreader events. We are, just because, I'm grateful for the vaccine, grateful for, the numbers going down, but guess what? It's not gone yet.
It's not gone.
It's not gone.
They asked them, but neither they asked them, they did. They asked them to put them on and they booed them. And they said, well, but at your house, they said, this is somebody else's house. Mm-hmm. And they said, but at your house, you can make those decisions. That's probably the most profound thing that was said the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's true, but they didn't care. They still didn't wear it. They didn't wear it. Maybe 3 or 4 of them. I don't know. It wasn't that many. Yeah.
It makes no sense. And all to prove a point for what? What point are you proving?
You mean you try to prove a point to the man who took a shot before him and his woman before they left the White House? Is that who you're talking about? That took shots, him and Melania. What that chick name? Melania. What's her name?
Melania.
I never got. Okay, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be funny. I never got her name right. But Melania.
Now here's the thing. I said every self-righteous evangelical politician, Trump supporter, whomever, Lottie Dottie and everybody who refused to wear a mask, called it a hoax and all of that, they should not have gotten a vaccine. They should have been.
They the first one in line.
Exactly. And for that, they get a demotion. I wish I had womp 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 womp, because that was exactly what they would get.
Yeah.
A straight up foolishness.
All that fake news, it's a lie. It's this. This time last year it was a lie. This year, go take your shots. That's what he said. That was one thing he said at the that I heard, because I didn't listen. I saw little excerpts. He told them to go take their shot. Like what? The fake COVID you're talking about? Okay, yeah, all right.
But then, anyway. But then how about this? How about this person here? I'm gonna put up another one. Boom. This is what's her name? Vanessa Ball from Manatee County down here that admitted that she selected zip codes, herself, and selected other people to try to go to the vaccine list as a compliant. And then you know what? Foolishness. So you choose people by zip code from the areas that are upper, and then the poor people and the disenfranchised people, the people who can't get around, the people who need it the most, don't get it. Y'all were the ones who didn't even believe the thing was real. I guarantee you she was a non-mask wearer.
I bet she was.
Isn't that something?
I bet she was. And she said she wasn't going to step down in her position. I said, very interested. If it had been I'm sorry, now I'm not trying to push Democrat or Republican, but I do know enough to know if that had been a Democrat, y'all have went all out.
Now she's under investigation.
Yep.
So
I'm glad. I hope they.
Boom. This is where I put her.
But it was saying that she used 2 zip codes. They said the average income in those 2 zip codes was $100,000 a year. That's the average income.
Foolishness.
Yeah. So let the poor people die. So get the shot for the rich folks.
Hey, let the poor people die, and let the people who washed their hands, and let the people who did what they were supposed to do, let them be the ones to die, and the rest of us will go and get our vaccine who thought it was a hoax. That's foolishness. Foolishness. But you know what? Hey, that's why we're talking about it, because hey, we're gonna drag it across the coals because it just ain't right. We're talking about promotions and demotions tonight. She is fully demoted in my book, and I'm glad that an investigation has been launched.
Me too.
Sit down. Boom. You and the whole zip code. How about that?
Demoted.
And hey, wait a minute. I have another one. Gosh, but this time goes by fast. Time flies when you're having fun in it. But here's one to talk about now. Interesting enough, I think the biggest problem I had with this, okay, granted, we love our dogs. I have a dog, and God knows I'd probably be chasing a car. I would probably chase the robber down. But anybody want to shoot a person over a dog? I know you can probably think you can sell the dog and get some money for the dog. I'm sure Lady Gaga has chips in her dog, So you're going to get traced down. You're going to get caught. So you shoot somebody for the dog, and shoot somebody and to steal the dog. But Lady Gaga offered a $500,000 reward for the dog. Bumped the man who got shot. Wait a minute. Annette. What about the fella?
Yeah.
What about the fella who got shot?
Well, I read something. He did come out and say how she's been so supportive and stuff like that. But Look like she'd have say half and half, 250,000 for my dog and 250,000.
I mean, of course, the man wasn't kidnapped. The dog was, and I know she wanted to get her dog back, but it just, I'm sure she did. I ain't gonna go off on Lady Gaga that bad.
No,
it just looks bad. I want to give it that.
And you know what? Maybe they didn't tell it all on the news, but she did offer 500,000 for the dogs for real.
But she took care of the guy though. So I'm sure. Give her a promotion.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She get a promotion for that. She kind of on the down for me with that reward. Yeah. But overall, I'll put it in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll just give a nice look.
Yeah, because I was like, what about the dude? But then when he came out and said such nice stuff about her, so I'm sure she gave it. I would love to. I wish I'd have found the dogs. Ooh, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
that's a nice reward.
Yeah, that was in.
And actually, they were found and returned. So I was like, wow, $500,000 for the dogs. All right, Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. Hey, if it was about me offering a $5,000 reward for my dog, he would be with his new owner.
Me what? 500,000? Hey, 50. Like I mean, like, ask who? No, just teasing. I love my dog.
I know you'd be somewhat sick about it.
Yeah, but 500,000 would be no.
Oh man, Jassy Cat, we sad you just got off from work and you didn't get a chance to talk with us tonight. We're down to the end, but we sure love it when you have your little conversation. But I'm gonna put one up for you that I know you want to go off on, and that's your golden statue, man. Hey, here he is, your golden statue and the golden statue maker. And those that took pictures and worshipped, and so hey, give us your comment on that, and then give us your comment on the comedian here, the court jester that went and told jokes about his trip to Cancun. So yeah, those are just some of the topics that we discussed tonight. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
Nita, go back to the statue again.
This one.
The statue, the dude that did it, the statue almost looked like him. Look at it. No, really.
How many of you think the statue looks like the person who made it as opposed to Donald Trump?
It got Donald Trump hair, maybe. Look, you see that? Oh yes.
Agent Orange is now fake gold. Jassy, you get one. Agent Orange is now fake gold. They're fake. Oh man, a fake gold version of Bob's Big Boy. She about to. Yeah, she going to get with you tonight.
That was good.
I know, right? Hey, what was it? What was the line that you said about Cruz? I forgot. What was the line you said about him?
Oh, I said he something about I said he is a joke, and maybe not a jokester.
Yeah, he's a joke, but not a jokester. He is a joke. He looks ridiculous. Jassy, you had a good one. That was good ones. Fake gold version of Bob's Big Boy. That's something. Man, y'all, time flies when you're having so much fun. And we love coming on here on Wednesday nights and having good conversation. One more I wanted to mention, though, Annette, after we dragged Donald and Melania for getting their shots first, even though they said it was fake, was that we're happy to, that Tiger Woods, he has a long road to recovery, but he's out of the woods. So, that's a plus for him because that was a very, very serious accident. So we're happy to. We've been praying for him.
So Anita, so you had a little play on words then. Tiger Woods is out of the woods.
Tiger Woods is out of the woods. You caught that, didn't you? See, I tried to be a little quotologist. That's the quotologist in me that came out.
But still, we are really happy about that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Well, good people, we have come to a close. We are so excited that you guys stopped by and talked with us tonight. We had a great conversation, and we want to say to you, thank you so much. And we want to invite you, to come back for our Power Walk Sunday.
Yes.
On this coming Sunday, starting Sunday, March 7th, we will be on every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on all platforms. And of course, we have our power plug where we come from the Word of God, and then we have a nice little exposition at the end. So it's straight up from the roots of who we are. We are both preachers, but we do like to have a little fun, and we do like to have some practical conversation, which is why we had to separate the two, and have one where we could kind of go in on the current events and the trending topics, and then one where we can go straight to that which we have been called to do, uplift and encourage. And all of it, we are trying to be encouraging and trying to share some encouraging words. So we thank you all so much, and we love you guys. You guys have been so good to us and so faithful. And even since we went public a couple of months ago, you guys have hung in there with us and been right there with us through the fire. So we just want to say thank you again. We appreciate you. You could have gone anywhere else, but you stopped right by here and stayed with us. And if you just logging on, go back to the beginning, and you'll be able to hear some of the other conversation that we had earlier tonight. So again, thank you. And don't forget to donate. You can donate via Cash App. You can donate Cash App. The Cash App is $Movement Worldwide. That's $Movement Worldwide. Or you could go to our website at movementworldwide.org, and you can click the link that says Become a Patron, and it'll take you to patreon.com where you can sign up and you can put in your own amount. We ask for $12 a month, which is just 40 cents a day, or you can put in your own amount, which some have done just that, put their own amount in, and we are so grateful. No matter what the dollar amount, we are grateful for it. And even if you don't, we are grateful for the fact that you're on here, and we hope that you're liking and sharing and all of that good stuff, and the fact that you can just keep showing up. So we appreciate you all so much. So again, thank you. And we're here every single Wednesday, same time, same place, with a different topic, all to encourage you. And then you want to say something before we go?
Yeah, we just want to thank you so much. And we are having a ball. Time just, the whole hour go by. I got to stop talking. No, but well, thank you so much for sharing with us. And we will be back next week.
Amen. Again, we will be back next week. So listen. Come back with us, share with us, hit us up. You can leave us some comments under the videos. You can email us at info@movementworldwide.org, or you can stop by our Facebook page and group. We're posting there all the time. We're also on Instagram. So follow us on all of our platforms and tell somebody, invite somebody next week. Send it to your coworkers at work. Send them the link to our YouTube channel. Tell them to subscribe and like and share and tune into the videos. And again, we will see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. for Power Walk Sunday. Don't miss. Yes. All right, good people. Well, you all have a blessed evening. We love you. Mwah. Enjoy talking to you all tonight.
Good night.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. live, where you can soar. That's speak it, orated, articulated, and reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.